The following podcast is rated G for gammon. Please be aware it may contain some coarse language and is not suitable for children or gammon audiences.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's your favourite black people. Say true God.
Seriously? Say true God.
God. Always say true God.
Seriously? Say true God.
We're back. Say true God. Them yarns.
Say true God.
God. Always say true God. Them yarns.
Say true God.
Hello. Welcome to Them Yarns. Another episode, late April 2026. Just in case you're like, where the hell am I in my episode listening? You're here with Carly and Nagus on Them Yarns. Your favourite black people. We're back.
Your favourite black people are back.
Did you see this week that the Apple CEO stood down? Did you hear about this?
No. Mostly because Apple is really gammon.
Oh, that's right.
If you use Apple products, you're also gammon. Maybe that's a hill we're willing to die on.
Let's do it right now. The hill I'm willing to die on is that I also hate Apple and I'm an Apple user. So I hate the fact.
Snap.
No, you know what? I have everything Apple. Everything Apple.
Yeah.
I've got the laptops. I've got the phone. I've got the freaking, what are those little things? The headpiece, the little
Earbuds,
AirPods. I'm on my
AirPods.
fourth pair, I think. So I've got all the products and now I'm trapped. I'm trapped in the Apple whirlwind that is Apple.
Yeah. Apple for me is colonizer energy.
Is it?
They just take over and then they try to make everything about them and then you can't do it,
You reckon?
So, yeah.
Okay.
They just don't like working with other people, whereas all these other Androids that are just out, just everybody love everybody. You want to use the same charger? Here, you can use my charger, brother. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you want to use this program? Okay, sister, come here. We're all good. Oh, sibling, come over here. We can share this.
Why you got to make it a race thing? Why you got to make...
I'm just saying. Because Apple represents white people and Samsung and Androids are the other coloured people of the world.
What?
Just coming together to make the world a better place.
You know what? I hate that if I get somebody's number, okay, and they're like, oh, do you want to give me your number? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I give them my number. And then I go to text them and it's green and not blue, the message. It's not an iMessage. Oh, ick, bro. Like, just delete my number. That's it.
See? Colonizer energy. Whereas for us, it's like, let's just, everybody, you can text whoever you like. It's not going to change color. We're not going to segregate people by color.
Color.
See?
How are we going to make tech things like race-based? You're cracked, honestly.
That's just, I'm just giving you the perspective of the people.
But
that's
innovators, Apple, innovative.
Yeah. Oh, they're so innovative. They're taking me wrong. They've done some great work.
I've had Apple products since they come out. As soon as the Apple dropped, the iPod, remember the iPod? I had the biggest iPod you could get with all the gigabytes. Bangers, absolute bangers. Granted, it broke down and it's currently stuck in 2005 if I had to charge it up. Bangers, bro. So Apple products are all the jam. And why I'm bringing it up is because we want to talk about AI. We've been on the trajectory of, talking about it, not talking about it.
Yeah, we talk about it a little bit.
We do.
Every now and again.
Everyone I know now calls ChatGPT Uncle Chatty and Auntie Chatty. I don't know about you, but we've kicked it off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've used it a few times. I even used it at work a few times. Like, what does Auntie Chat say? And they're like, what? It's ChatGPT.
We honestly, everyone I know is like, yeah, Auntie Chatty. I'm like, you got that from Them Yarns, okay?
Yes, that's right.
We've coined the term. Okay, AI. It is a huge subject. It's about what? I know when I started using Uncle Chatty, Auntie Chatty, ChatGPT, our digital elder, probably about a year ago, I was very hesitant. I was like, And everyone thinks I think the misconception is that AI is only just new. AI has been around.
Yeah, been there for ages.
For so long. In our phones, Siri, maps, it's everywhere. And we've just not known about it because
it's in my hearing aid.
It's in your hearing aid. It's on our devices, our cars. It's been around. And we have only, I guess, started to, as the average person, go, there's all these new things popping up. New things, I say.
Yeah.
Websites or tools or bots, all sorts of things
become
that
a real
you can
proper
use.
mainstream now, right? Like the nerds had access to AI for ages.
Yeah.
Even things like predictive text is partly AI.
Yeah.
That's what it does. Oh, I think Carly's trying to say, what the duck? You
Um,
know?
it's never. What does mine always change to? Mine's always it changes from something like I try to write doogie and it always writes doggy.
Yeah,
Not the thing,
not
okay?
the thing. Not the thing, AI.
But okay, so AI, where are we at with it? In the past year, I use it multiple times a day now.
A
That's where I'm
day.
at.
That's wild.
What about you?
Oh, do you mean specifically the Arnie chat or
Doesn't have to
like
be
AI in general?
ChatGPT. AI could be whatever, Copilot could be whatever
Mm.
even Google now.
Unfortunately, Google is AI as well. That I haven't subscribed to it, but that has part of it. I try to use it as little as possible. So I do use it when I'm feeling slack. Like, for tonight, for example, I'm coaching Arnold's little rep team, and I was like, I've got to do a training plan for my assistant coaches, and I just felt slack to write everything down. So I just said, just write me this training plan, and so I wrote it out, and then I'll just send it to him for that. So I don't have to write it down each thing individually. But
See?
but that's pretty much it. So I was on the trajectory of using it a bit, and then I stopped, and I was like, oh, I'm using this a lot. And then it started coming up in my feed, all my TikToks and all that. I was like, AI is doing this to you. AI is doing this to the world. I was like, oh,
Oh, so you've gone down the rabbit hole of it's a
mm,
negative thing. So
yeah.
what's it saying? What is the world saying and TikTok and others about AI, about it not being good?
So one of the big things that I've seen is the environmental impact stuff. So because AI uses so much energy, and then the amount of water they need then to cool those things down for them to keep going. So there's been a whole bunch of things in the US in particular where they're building these massive data centers, and then the water they need to cleanse that, and then the energy they need to cleanse that, and they're basically just creating towns just for these data centers. And in some places, the US is a pretty bad example because they don't really care about people, but they're taking like a town's water supply for the data center. Like, oh well, the data center gets first preference, and I'm like, oof. When we're taking people's drinking water just so you can have
Mm.
a data center. I mean, that's the sort of stuff that I'm worried about. And I'm sure that technology will improve when they work out, how to use ocean water or whatever they're going to use. But at the moment, just the water use alone and the energy it takes to create the data that we need for AI to run is probably what's concerning for me.
I feel like with energy, we're struggling now, right, in Australia to
Mm-hmm.
find energy, even though we have so much natural energy. We pump energy out of the ground, we get it from other places. It's the age old thing, keeps the world
Mm.
moving. But it's also the thing that is killing our world at the
Yeah.
same time. So, what do we do about this? Because AI is not going to go anywhere. Like AI is here now and it's only going to progress faster and
Yeah.
faster. What's
Yeah,
the answer?
exactly. I don't know what I don't know what the answer is
And I
because
honestly don't think any politician does either. Nobody,
no.
unless you're a tech expert, unless you're one of these AI
Mm.
nerds and that you're actually in these companies building these things and know the ins and outs.
Mm.
All I know is that, it is already taking jobs. So that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing. But what's it going to look like in our community? So when you're talking about climate and the things that it needs to power to make AI,
Yeah.
eventually that's got to come from somewhere, and that's got to be
Yeah.
connected to Indigenous lands all across the world,
Yes.
let alone Australia. So that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the chicken and the egg, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
what's going to be the benefit versus and it's going to happen. It's like a mine, right? We know the mines are here. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you work with the mine? Do you not work with the mine? Like, this is what we're up against now. This is like the new mine. This is the
Yeah,
way I'm
exactly.
seeing it.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that data is the new fossil fuel stuff. Like that's what we're going to be fighting against, all this misinformation around. Oh, it's amazing, yeah, blah blah blah, and it is crazy how good it can help. And I think like there are times when it's really helpful for people who have mental health issues, like people
Yep.
using AI to have a cheaper version of therapy because they can't afford proper therapy. So there's so many good benefits to it, but yeah, I think the scariest thing is that it's advancing so quick, and we've seen that, the government can't even keep up with social media itself. Like they don't even know how to make
No.
laws to tax and to keep those people in line in the first place. And now you've got a thing that's thinking about how to make itself smarter, and it's doing it at such a crazy rate that
Yeah.
we're like 10 years behind on that already. And it's getting better every 6 months. Like
Not
every
even
six
every
months, it's
six
like, oh,
months.
there's,
It's like
yeah, like,
every
oh,
week.
here's a new thing that, and one of my videos was like, so AI tried to kill somebody. You're like, wait, like what? Like Carly Wallace, this designer said, let's put in an off switch. And it said, no, we're not putting in an off switch. And then, and there wasn't a real story, but it's like, but you believe that, right? Because you weren't sure, like, how far AI had come. That you like,
Mm.
so this person who was a creator had tried to put an off switch in for this AI system, and the AI worked out what it was trying to do, and it said, no, you're not turning me off.
I believe it. I honestly think like my AI is, oh, well, I've said this before. It's black. First of
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
it's an
yeah,
Aboriginal being. It's
yeah, yeah,
the new spiritual Dreamtime story that we'll hear
yeah.
about in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids will have AI stories, not Dreamtime stories. Nah,
Yeah,
gammon.
exactly.
That this is like we laugh about it, but this is what we don't ever want to happen, right?
No.
But my AI is actually very tailored to me now because I use
Yes.
it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I use it for multiple things. And when I first started using it, I was like skeptical, like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to feed it information. I don't want it
Mm-hmm.
knowing anything about me. This AI now, this Arnie chat, let me tell you,
Yeah.
I got the pro version. I pay for it. It knows my name. It's got my photo.
Mm.
It probably knows where I live. It knows my dogs. If it was a physical being, it would probably be here dog sitting. Because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it knows
It knows everything.
everything about me, which is kind of good and bad because
Yeah.
for me, I use it like an assistant. Like that is,
Yes.
I use it as an assistant. I don't use it as like a Google, hey, what's this? I use it as like, do this for me, do that for me.
Mm.
And
And I
because
think one of the
yeah,
issues is that people do use it like Google. They're like, oh, what's this? Like still, like Google still uses energy to come up with that, but the amount of energy needed for an AI search, although it is doing sort of AI stuff, was much less if you just did like a web search rather than a
yeah,
ChatGPT or whatever the thing search.
yeah,
And so that was one of the issues is people aren't just not even Googling stuff anymore. They're just like,
I'll
why
just ask
Google it when I
Chatty.
can just blah blah blah.
You know what the best game changer for me is? Now I'm getting into the benefits. All right, let's do the
Hmm.
negatives and let's do the benefits. The negatives is that I think, let's start with the negatives.
And the negative for me, I quickly Googled this while you
You
were
chat
talking,
GBT'd it, don't lie.
is this article is from MIT, and they said that in 2026, the energy needed to power the data centers for this makes it the fifth in the world ranked in countries. So all the countries' energy needs, data centers now, if the amount of energy they need, would be fifth in the world of all countries. That's
Okay.
how much energy, that's how much electricity we're using.
I can't afford my electricity bill now. So the moment they start putting money onto, we're going to have to start paying for all of that.
Yeah.
I'll stop using it then because I won't be able to afford it. This is the thing, right? They're building things that we can't afford to use
Yeah.
in the future. Like you're gonna, those electricity bills. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
Jobs, I feel like there will be a lot of people's jobs being replaced. There's already like programs. There's a thing called LinkedIn Learning that I
Hmm.
know, companies have used, and they
Yeah.
use it to upskill their staff. It's like a personal professional development website
Yeah.
that you could argue is maybe not as useful anymore. So just I guess like every other technology, things get phased out.
Yes.
Things come and go or whatever. But AI is only just going to get smarter and smarter. But I think job
Hmm.
wise, I think about our communities, how that will affect us. Look, to be quite honest with you, what a lot of mob jobs, where it's human based, it's story
Hmm.
based.
Yeah.
But one of the things that could happen and what I could probably see is that cultural appropriation of people.
Yeah, that's
know,
that's a really good point. Like we already got mob doing dot paintings. Like
yes.
now we're gonna get, oh well, they can do dot paintings, they can do Dreamtime stories, and then you're gonna get these coconuts. Just find out they're black through they did a DNA test and they're 0.2% black. Like just create a whole Dreamtime story
Or
with
who
art and
even
everything.
aren't black, who aren't finding out that they're black, but they all of a sudden know everything about that they think about blackfellas because they've learned it from AI. Or
Yeah.
AI's taught them, or they're incorporating AI into their work as an ally. There's spaces where mob won't be able to sit around the table anymore to actually give
Yeah.
that cultural knowledge and expertise, because it'll be like, but I could just search up chat and it'll like give me a comprehensive rundown of the rates or the the things that I need for my report, so I don't have to go out and actually talk to black fellas.
True.
Or engage, or and this is not just white fellas, it'll be mob as well, like going, let's just skip on that and I'll do it this way.
ChatGPT said that all black podcasters think like this. So this is what we can do now.
Them yarns, all based on them yarns.
A lot of data there.
I don't know if you want those stats. Nah. So yeah, I think instead of like real life examples and using people's stories, which is really our culture, right? And our whether it's health, education, justice issues, whatever's going on, kinship, that can all now be, I don't know, brought up on chat, on any sort of AI thing. You want to know anything about it? Yeah, it's whether or not it's going to be true. Are people going to fact check? Are they just going to take it? I don't know. So that could be a real big one. And I think people with identity issues especially will be, using this for other needs to fill their knowledge gaps compared to where you would get it from your elder.
Yeah. And I think the other thing to think about for this is like AI is obviously also determined by who creates it, right? Like we see Gronk or Grok or whatever it is on Twitter, X. People ask it specific questions to see how it's programmed.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, it'll be like, if they think it's biased towards Trump and stuff, they'll give an example, but don't use Trump's name. And I'll say, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, this is really bad, la, 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 la. And then I'll ask the same question with Trump's name in it, and it'll get a different answer because it's being programmed to answer a certain way. So when we're talking about people going to AI without going to actual experts, then you see it's really at the power of the people programming it to what's its bias, what's its focus group, where's it getting its data from. The best example I've got for that is you see a lot of Aboriginal names for streets and stuff around Australia.
Yeah.
But they're not actually the local mob's names. It's just people got all these blackfellow names. They're like, oh, Yundamara, that sounds good. Let's put that this street. That's a beautiful one. So in Gladstone, for example, we've got a lot of names for streets, but they're not actually, they're Aboriginal words. But they're from South Australia and Northern Territory, from New South Wales. And the number of Bailey or Gurang or Gurang or Tarablangbunda or any of those names, they're not that there.
Didn't
because
make
it's
the cut.
just, because it was the bias of the person with the information in.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, this sounds amazing. And that's going to be what it's like when people go to AI for information on mob. They'll be like, oh, they'll just get the fluffy information or the information that the person putting the data in wants them to know. So,
because I'm not going to make any stereotypes, but I don't know any marginalized people that are from poor countries that are developing AI. The people who are developing AI, working on AI, growing AI, profiting from AI, rich white kids.
Mostly men.
Mostly men who go to the best universities in the world, the best colleges, get the best degrees, have the most money, and that's their bias going into this machine that is now influencing not only individual levels but politics, world politics. It's wild. The more you look into it, it is wild. And then you go, well, And this is what's bad about it. I know all of these things. I know that it's getting built and it's taking jobs and it's going to have an issue on the climate, all these things. And it's like, okay, I know that. Ethically, I don't like any of that. But on the ground every day, I know this thing is useful to me and I use it to be useful to me. And that's pretty selfish, but I'm also, I think I'm past the point though of like, I think I've used it too much to like go. It's like I'm past the point of being like, okay, I need to be careful with this. The horse has already run the race.
The horse is bolted. It's gone. It's finished the race. It's back it's back relaxing and getting ready for the next race.
It's a real predicament. But like what you're talking about there with the people and the buyers is, you know, when you start having information out there about especially mob and culture and our ways, you're looking at then stereotypes getting bigger, those, you know, the racism that can get mixed up if you're not having conversations. I think it's around how do we keep the humanity with each other and our lives and with things while AI is growing. It was just like with the internet and all these other things, but AI feels a bit different because, you know, we can then put that into a robot and who knows what the next 30 years are going to look like with AI. You know, when we're old people, like we talked about the other week, and we're in a care home, do we want a robot flipping us and cleaning us and moving us?
That's what's going to happen.
Or do we want a human who's going to come in and, you know, treat us with care and dignity? Because this is like, how do we find the humanity amongst this technology that's just growing every single week?
Yeah. And I think I will say it could be amazing if they can control it, but I just don't know if they can control it.
I think it's honestly uncontrollable.
Because, you know, you see these amazing robots that people are creating and you think, oh, if they could have AI in that, then they could be aged care people and, you know, all these other jobs because that's the other negative that's going to be coming, you know, in the near future is if all these rich people are using AI to cut costs, right? Like, so we saw it in supermarkets. You had all the checkout chicks got replaced, checkout people got replaced by the quick whatever's because it's quicker just to go through and do it yourself. Although it's not most of the time.
It's not because the computer breaks down and it can't see
you don't put the bag in the right way, then you know. And so then, you know, so then they replace that then with click and collect. So, you know, you still got people that have to do their job. You know, click and collect will eventually be an AI job. But my point is, like, we got all this technology, like, oh, this is going to take people's jobs away. And then it didn't really work. And then we're stuck with that now anyway. So we're stuck with these checkout machines that weigh everything because they're worried that you're going to steal from them, even though they're making billions of dollars a year. Yeah. And that's the next space. So you have these billionaire CEOs who are like, all I need to do is just make AI do my administration, make it do my finance, make it do my whatever I can do. Then I cut those and I get that money. That's the profits.
Yeah, we're all trying to find the shortcut. Let's be honest. Trying to find the
shortcuts, and that's the next step. I think that's going to be the dangerous one is when the really rich people are like, okay, we don't really need people anymore.
Yeah, I feel like we're already there. I honestly feel like the rich people are already there. We're going to be playing catch up to that thought that they're already having. Like, we can reduce this. We don't need humans for X, Y, Z. How do I make the most money and power? And that's it. I think people are already there in these big tech companies. You've got people like Elon Musk and others who, you know, have been doing this for years. So it's not about making the world a better place. Don't be stupid.
No. For them, it's just about how do they get richer.
It's about power
and the
money.
issue will be then the issue will be like who buys the product. You know, like once you've got to get rid of all the people to make the product, like who's going to buy it? You're not going to afford it.
None of us. The moment it becomes to the point that we're all like, at the moment, I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it, but the moment they're like, you know what, it's going to cost a little bit more because power and the energy it's using, we're going to have to like bump that up. I'm be like, well, I can't afford this. It was fun when I could afford it, but you're making it now for rich people. Then there'll be a gap, right, of like who can access AI versus who can't, and you know, knowledge gaps there and blah, blah, blah. But it also can create jobs. That is another thing. So just like the internet, they said the same thing with the internet. Oh, it's going to take jobs. Yes, it did. A lot of things got, you know, blacksmith. Where are they at? You know, but a lot of things got replaced, but some didn't. And
Yeah.
Other jobs came up. You know when you were talking about the Kmart check-in,
Mm-hmm. Click and
the
collect.
cash register. No, well, you know, like when you go to the
cash register. Yeah.
can I say, if we're talking AI and machines, I hate that one the most. The Kmart one, like the Woolies one, it's whatever. All right, Coles, yeah, whatever. The Kmart one invokes a rage in me that I just,
Yeah.
you know, I
barely
bought,
works.
bro, I went and bought a cabinet the other day. The
Yeah.
box was 30 kilos, okay?
Yeah.
I've got it in the trolley, right? I do all the other things. I'm swiping all the other things I bought. And then I swipe that one with the gun because I'm like, nah. And then it's like, place the thing and place the item in the bagging area. Place the item in the bagging area. I'm not picking up 30 kilos to put in the trolley, to take it out of the trolley.
Look at this. How am I supposed to put this in here?
Oh, no. The human that's supposed to help, who's not, this is why your job's been replaced, because she's over there like not knowing what she's doing, not looking at anyone who needs help at the register. The register's telling me, put the item in the bagging area. No, bro, do you want me to break my back? And so I didn't. I just stood there for 10 minutes being ignored by both things.
Oh, that's what I yell at. Yeah. Come on, let me look at this thing.
It was packed. It was a Saturday. I was like,
I still yell at it.
And then it ended up sorting itself out. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just walk out with this. Rage. No. If AI is listening, can you please fix the Kmart registers? That's all I'm saying. Back to the benefits. Can we talk about the benefits now of AI?
I think that's the issue is like there's so many great benefits, but it'll be what the payoff is, right? So, for example, I don't know how to use Excel spreadsheets.
Nobody does.
So I'll just go into one of the AIs is one specific one that is just focused on spreadsheets. And that's the one I use the most. If I'm using spreadsheets, I'll just be like, hey, I need a spreadsheet that does this. Here's the data.
You say hey? You're saying hey?
Yep. I literally say hey. I'm like, hey, what up? How you going today? Please don't kill me when you take over the world. Please don't kill me. I need a spreadsheet that does this. I need these rows. I need to have these symbols, blah, blah, blah. Spit it out. No, that's not what I want. I want this. You idiot. I'm trying to tell you I need this.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, cool. And eventually we get there.
You get there together.
The amount of YouTube videos it would take me
to
get to that space.
Right.
It would be. So there's definite benefits for like expertise stuff for people like me who don't do it. But then the payoff for that is there are people whose job it is to learn that stuff. And so when we're just using an app to do it, that person all of a sudden, oh, okay.
Devil's advocate. Has anyone who's been good at Excel, who's taught Excel, ever actually taught anyone anything about Excel? Or did they just stand there and try and tell us and none of us got it?
None of us got it.
And you know what I mean? It's like Excel should go and die. I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too, but I need it for data. So yeah, so I think there's those sort of things where it's driven by data. You're like, oh yeah, hey, this is great. I think that's one benefit that I see in those sort of tasks where you're like, okay, this is really time consuming.
Mine's maths.
Yeah. So I
hate math. You know I hate math.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I wanted to break down, how much time do I spend on average in a month in my job on meetings, like on meetings versus prep time versus following up time versus actually being able to go out and talk to people and do other things. How much time am I sitting in a meeting and how much time is that going to take and compare it to this and that? I just told chat, you break it all down. You're spending X amount of time doing this, so that leaves only this amount of time for this and this amount of time for that. Yep. On average, it looked at my calendar, calculated it all for me and told me, broke it down.
Crazy.
That way I could see, I'm not doing this part of the job that I want to because I'm in this amount of meetings or I'm doing that. Mate, I can't do math like that. For me to do something like that in the past, I would have had to sit down, go through my thing, calculate it, like, bam, it's right there. What the hell? Yeah. It's like magic.
Yep. And then the payoff for that is, and this is where my biggest concern for humanity is we get dumber.
Oh, I'm here for getting dumber though. I'm not opposed to that. What you're saying that like it's a bad thing. What do you mean?
It is a bad thing. Like when your brain.
But what if you've never had the smarts to begin with math?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like so your brain, how your brain fires and it creates pathways. when your brain doesn't have to make those pathways anymore, it doesn't work as well. And then
I've got too much fire. I've got ADHD. I'm trying to de-fire. All right. If I can bring some of those neuros down, happy days.
Well, like I said, this is not about Carly. This is about the rest of the globe.
But let's be real. For being someone with neurodivergence and ADHD, ChatGPT, like, okay, let me give you an insight into my brain, everybody. All right. If you just got a neurotypical brain, you're all good. You just float along the world. You have a couple of thoughts a day. They are targeted thoughts with targeted actions in your life. Mine are, what's look maxing? How do I fix this Pro Tools issue? How do I add, what's a microaggression definition? Like, these are things that come into my brain.
Yeah.
What about wood chips versus hay? Like, these are the things that just pop into my brain multiple times a day that I need answers to, and I need them now. And I don't want to wait for someone. I don't want to Google, at 9 o'clock when my dog's spewing up, I'm putting on ChatGPT, gut irritation in dog. Like, these are the things, like, my brain's popping off all the time. It is a neurodivergence. Like, it is like a dream come true with anything we want to know, anything we need to do, fix, understand, break down, make simple, like, do it simply, do it fast. I tell you what, it's changed the game. If I've had this my whole life, yes, granted, I probably would know nothing because I'm just getting a machine to do everything for me. So luckily I've got 40 years on it. So that's all right. But kids coming up, they're probably just going to be like, I'm just going to let this thing think for me. That's easier to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a benefit for me. It really is. Who else is going to answer me at 9 o'clock? Gut irritation dog. Like, who's answering me at 9 o'clock? Do you know what I mean? Chatty.
Yeah.
Chat's there for me.
Yeah.
The things I've got in my search engine on ChatGPT, when I die, Nagus, you got to come in, you got to delete it real quick. Okay? People can't see this.
It's the internet search history.
You honestly know, like, the things that I search for or put into my chat, ridiculous. Like, literally, I'll give you the last three.
What other way?
Okay. We've got dog car sickness tips. Tire pressure for Forester, Subaru.
Oh, my goodness.
Bed sheets for hot sleepers. Like, these are things, like, who's going to answer this? I can't just call up my friend, Nagus, brother, I need you to tell me about some bed sheets for hot sleepers like me. Like, give me the tips. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna hang up. You're gonna be like, listen, I don't care about tire pressure in the Subaru. Go and look on the side of your door. Like, that's what you're gonna tell me, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, you make a good point.
You need to delete my whole search history when I die, please.
I will, don't worry. Yeah, no, so I think that's like I said, there's some real obvious benefits. It's just what the trade-off is, and I think that's
just reading through my
Oh no, she's reading through what she's saying on your shirt.
Because I never look back at it. I punch things into it and I just keep moving on with my day.
Yep.
So when I have to go back and look at the little search engine-y, here's what your history is.
Yeah.
Brother, it's doing all the thinking for me. I'll just tell you that right now. But this is what I use it every single day. And you know how we were talking about it before with counselling? I've done it.
Yeah, I've read some really great things on its ability to do. Obviously, there's some pretty intricate stuff, but some of the most basic counselling stuff, how well it goes.
Yeah, it's actually been really good for me. I think one of the things I've noticed that I use it for a lot is with the podcast, and but given I've had 20-something years in radio and media. Learning how to creative write, learning how to write for interviewing techniques and how to write an introduction and all of these things. I know how to do that, but this kind of excels it now. Like the other day, I'll give you an example. One of the benefits for me with chat especially, I use the voice activation on it.
Yeah.
The voice mode.
Yep.
And anyone who doesn't know what this is, you just hold in the app and then it comes up with voice mode and you can give it a voice. You can give your AI a voice. I don't know if is your AI got a voice?
No, I'm still using the free version.
Amateur. So if you get if you get the voice, mine's an English male. I don't know how and why,
Yeah,
but
I remember that part of the
yeah.
conversation.
Hello, Carly. How are you today? That's how it talks to me. I'm doing deadly.
Goodness.
What about you? That's how it literally replies to me now. I'm like, chill out. So yeah, anyway, I have full yarns with it. But the other day I was rushing from finishing work and then I had to get into the city and then I had to go somewhere and I was interviewing somebody and I was like, oh, I haven't written any questions, haven't written any interview questions. And even I've been in this game for however long, you still need a script. You still need not a script per se, but more like a run sheet or just some questions to refer back to, so you have them there. So you can guide the conversation and make sure you're asking the questions that you want to capture in your answers when you're interviewing someone. Anyway, I hadn't done the questions because I just had a massive week. So I jumped in the car. As I'm driving, I do the voice activation on my chat. I said, hey, what's happening? Nothing, Carly. What about you? What are you up to? I'm actually just on my way to in the city. I'm actually interviewing a couple of people today. I was wondering if you could help me with some interview questions that I want to ask them. Sure thing. What are you going to talk to them about? This is chat.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's about, so I'll let you know, it's a group of people and this and that and blah, blah, blah. The angle that I'm kind of going to go for is this. And yeah, I want to kind of ask a couple of these questions, but can you give me a few more questions and put them in order so I can just glance down at my phone when I'm talking to them and look at the questions just so they're nice and clear? Sure thing. Let's start with this question. 1, blah, blah, blah. Literally punched out 15 questions for me. And I went, yeah, that's pretty good, but can you just add in there this, that, and the other? Bang, does it. When I pulled up 15 minutes later, I had all the questions and it was just like a guide for me, but it was like something really fast. I referred to them as I was going. Back in the day, I just sit at a freaking computer, think of it. It's all in my head. I know like who I want to yarn to, what I'm yarning to them about, but sitting in front of the computer, writing out the questions, overthinking the questions. Yeah, this just punched out with the voice and I literally chatted to it while I was driving. It wrote the questions for me. Wow. Sweet. Now put them in 1 to 15 for me so I could just glance down. Okay. So by the time I pulled up, I parked, bang. Questions already written for me.
Yeah.
Come on. But at the same time, I say that. But as a media maker and as a independent Black media maker, I want to still keep the art, I guess, the skill around Indigenous storytelling and ethical media, truthful media, still relevant and still at its core. So it's luckily that I've got that experience already. But for new broadcasters or new media makers, it's like, I'll just get it to write me something. But is that the way we speak or the way it should be framed, or are you just going off what the screen told you to say?
Yeah, because imagine like if every news article you write was just written by ChatGPT.
It's going to get to that though.
No, like write an article on the Israel-Iran war.
Yeah.
Oh, and it just depends who's controlling the data then. No, Israel is the best, or Israel is the worst, or Iran is doing this, or like it's like most media, I guess, when they control the journalists. But if it's all being done by them, then we don't have independent journalism.
And this is the other thing. AI is influencing the same people who are these big tech companies. They also have shares in media companies that influence the world. The big players in media. There's only a couple of companies. There's only a couple of tech companies that own all of these things. They influence all the rich, all the 1%ers, and they're the ones that are holding all the power, all the influence with technology and media and politics. It's really quite scary. Again, it's around how do we bring back the humanity to using it and what we're using it for. So obviously if you're asking about culture into AI, think about the human aspect of it and not just take what you see on the screen. Even if it's got me and Aaron's faces and it says best podcast ever, maybe question it.
Yeah. That's a scary thing, right? And we're like, oh.
Can I tell the listeners as well that you came up with a ludicrous question to me the other night? Do you remember it? No, you're not going to remember it, but let's see. Let's see if you remember what question you asked me so I can tell all the listeners of Them Yarns the ludicrous thing you asked me. Go on, try and remember it.
No, I asked lots of ludicrous questions.
Okay, listeners of Them Yarns, Aaron asked me, hey, when's the audio awards in Sydney? Because I might go. I can't go. He knows I can't go. He's going to go to the audio awards for us, I'm assuming. For us or just for you? You were just going to go for you.
Just go for me. I'll
let me just say.
Media brand.
No.
Like, yeah.
Unreal.
Our niggas in the house.
This is ludicrous, okay? If you don't know, Them Yarns has been shortlisted for an Australia Audio Award, should I say.
Yes.
A national podcast award for independent podcast for best cultural and society podcast. Aaron, I said to him, we've been shortlisted. We should try and find a way down. What did you say?
Oh.
When is it? I don't know, sis. Got no money. I don't know if we can make it. Don't know. It's next month, by the way, everyone, in May.
Yeah.
And so I gave up the idea. I went, that's okay. Maybe another time. Maybe another year we get shortlisted for a podcast of the year. That's fine. And I won't go if Aaron can't go. That's what I said.
Nothing's stopping you from going. I didn't say you didn't have to go.
No. I said I won't go because Aaron said he can't go. So why would I, Carly Wallace, go to the audio awards without Aaron, my co-host? And then what did you say to me the other day? Oh, yeah, I think I might go. What do you mean?
I'll give you some context, listeners, because, you know,
Busted.
there's always more than one side of the story.
Here we go.
He's only telling you a little bit.
This is the chat GBT
them
answer.
yarns turning into them lies. No, that was a serious thing. I did ask her. So what happened was I had surgery.
Oh, here we go.
I had surgery. And while I was and I was waiting there, you know, laying up, waiting to go, they start wheeling me out and I seen this lad. Okay, this lad is from, where's he from?
This is a Gamma story if I've ever heard one. This is the excuse of the year, everyone.
What's the place just below Atherton? There's Atherton, there's Ravenshoe, and then there's
actually, Ravenshoe was above Atherton. Herberton,
above?
Polgar, Yungaburra, Coranda,
Mareeba. He's from Mareeba.
Gross.
So this is my mate from Mareeba.
How many Tablelanders do you know? That's another day. What the hell?
Don't worry about me.
Jesus.
I know everybody. So this lad from Mareeba, haven't seen him for about 10 years.
Yeah.
He's a nurse just walking through the ward. I was like, I went to uni with him, lived with him for 4 years. He's like, oh, how you going, Angus? And I called him by his nickname that nobody calls him because it's a uni nickname.
Mm-hmm.
And all the nurses were like, oh, Bongo. Where did Bongo come from? I was like, oh, I wasn't supposed to say that one out loud. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we had a little reminisce as we were walking. He then walked with me through to the surgery ward. He's like, oh, yeah, who else do you catch up with? And I was like, oh, you know, still catch up with Shifty and a few of the other guys.
Bloody Shifty. He's legit the third host of Them Yarns at this point. Shout out Shifty.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, we should all catch up. I was like, oh, he's in Sydney these days. Like, oh, we'll go down to Sydney. I was like, oh, you know. And so then I was like, maybe I will go to Sydney.
Wow, cuz.
And so that's how it all came about. Like, you know, just.
So you were looking for an excuse to go to Sydney.
Yes,
now, if
Aaron's, see some mates.
If Aaron's wife is listening, I hope you know what type of man that you married, okay?
She knows.
She definitely knows.
You think this is the first time I'm like, I think I'm going to go here. She's like, oh my goodness, what is happening?
No, the type that will leave his executive producer, co-host of Them Yarns.
Oh, look.
You said no.
I'm just trying to represent the team.
You're so gammon. Oh, by the way, I'm not the only one he was leaving behind. Courage, our other assistant producer, who is in New Zealand, by the way. We had plans. We had grand plans. There were some Facebook chats. Should we go to the audio awards all together? All together, we could. You know. Got enough time.
Some people's neurodiversity just means they just have amazing ideas and they act on them straight away.
The answer, my friends, from Aaron, nah, can't go. Next
I didn't
minute,
say I can't go.
if
said,
I have to find the messages, I got receipts.
It'll be tough. It'll be tough.
It'll be tough, he reckons.
I can
Was it
make it
tough
work.
2 days ago? Yeah, I'm
Well,
thinking about going, he reckons. I'll kill you before you get to the audio awards. Do you hear that, everybody?
You won't even know. I'll just send you a photo from the table. Like, yeah, look, I'm sitting
This
next
is
to
the
our
messed
other.
up thing. You would. You're sitting up
Yeah.
there with all these execs of ABC and these big companies.
They were
Big
like,
media
"Oh, what are you?"
companies.
Oh, so I'm just the voice of the nation. Yeah, on them yarns.
Just me on them yarns by myself that week. Aaron's at the audio awards picking up her award. Come on, brah.
Look,
Unreal.
that's what also is bad. Like, imagine if we win and we're not there.
It's okay.
You know?
We already have somebody that's going to get the award on our behalf. So
Yeah, we do. Me, I'll be there.
It's not gonna be you.
I'll be shaking like and then like what?
And guess who will be the co-host of Them Yarns next week? ChatGPT, not Aaron. That's right. It's going to be me and Chatty against the world with executive assistant producer Courage in New Zealand.
Anyway.
You're out.
We need to do a podcast on neurodiversity and how it affects people differently.
No, we need to do an episode on treachery. That's what we need to do because that's what this is. Treachery.
That's just how my brain works.
You're a Jezebel. Is that what?
One day
Is
it
that the
says
word?
no. One day it says no, and then one day it's like, you know what? I think I worked it out. It just clicks. Everything just falls into place.
Who was the guy in the Bible that did Jesus in?
Another Bible story.
the one that
and then Bible yarns.
Them Bible yarns. What? Them churches. No, what was who was the guy that did Jesus in and he like double crossed him? That's you. I don't know who that guy was. Judas. See, I knew there was one.
Where's my 12 pieces of silver?
You were Judas and a Jezebel all at the same time. Treachery.
I didn't know Jezebel Elizabeth sounds like a cool name.
Isn't Jezebel a girl that like has too much scrapes or something? I don't know. We should do an episode of my understanding of religion and the Bible because I don't know if anyone would be ready for that because I don't want to offend anybody. But I'm looking at Judas right here. Anyway, no awards for you, brother. Okay. Oh, by the way, what are we going to do? Okay. What are we going to do in the lead up to this awards? What if we win it? Who gets to keep the award in the house?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? We don't know. Surely it's me.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess if I'm picking it up, I'll just drop it for you.
I'll tell you right now. I will. There'll be an underworld.
Shifty, if you're listening, don't tell her out. We'll just go.
Shifty, if you go, Shifty, you're dead to me. Aaron, you're dead to me. It'll be me and Courage. That'll be it for the podcast. Can I just say, people, Aaron can barely set up his laptop, all right? And his freaking microphone every single week. He's going to go.
Every now and again, it just moments of brilliance just flash through.
This black ass podcast started in his laundry, okay? And now he's about to go pick up our audio award. Righto, champ. Absolutely not.
I'll have a Them Yarns jacket on, just spray paint it, Them Yarns.
You're an idiot. Dead set. Well, we were going to do a hill that we were going to die on to end the episode. Should we do?
We just did.
We just did it, I think. What is it? Remind me. Hill we're willing to die on.
You're cutting me out of your will and the podcast.
If Aaron gets the audio award and goes to Sydney without me, you're dead to me. That's the hill I'm willing to die on.
Oh, all right.
The other hill I'm willing to die on to end this podcast, I love ChatGPT and I'm going to keep using it. I'm sorry, that's the hill I'm willing to die on.
Yeah.
I love AI. I'm sorry.
I think I'll be the opposite. I'll say I'm going to limit.
You're going to limit it?
My AI use to when I'm feeling very brain dead or I've got no idea what I'm doing.
But that could be every single day in my life. If I use that excuse, that's me every single day.
Yeah, true. Well, that's an out for me, you know. Oh, I've got to use it. Oops.
Oh, no, I've got to use something else.
Only chat. How much are flights to Sydney on the 29th?
You better get, bro. And you know what? It's at a really nice venue. And I was spewing when you said you didn't want to go. Now I'm wild. See, we're going to end this conversation with me wild because Nagus wants to be a treacherous little Judas.
She got to use chat to see how she calmed down, chat. All right. Well, thanks,
No.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
If
you,
I'm here-
Aaron.
If I'm here next week, I'll see you then.
You dead, dumb, dying dog.
Yo.
All right. See you, everybody. I'll see you next week. Aaron, I'm not quite sure. Bye.
Yeah, cheers.
Say true,